Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In any act of criminality or terrorism, something that is suspected of being illegal, you would like to have a full investigation on the matter, and you would not reject evidence, regardless, if they confirm or they are throwing a monkey wrench in your investigation. You want to look at it, analyze it, and see if it's accurate and use it to determine if the crime occurred. In this case, you have the Nord Stream pipeline really being a terrorist attack, or at least a sabotage, international sabotage of great and grave importance, because part of Europe, and not only part of Europe, but Germany, the so-called economy, the engine of Europe, was left without gas, or possibility at least to get gas from Russia. So it's not a trivial matter, the fact that Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines were blown up on the bottom of the Baltic Sea. It seems like you would like to find out immediately who the perpetrators, the suspects, were. Bring them in front of justice, that we talk about, international, criminal justice and all that, and let them defend their actions if they can defend them, and then reach a determination and deliver justice, right? That's how it should be. And you would hear any kind of witness that could give you information and any kind of investigation. So more knowledge, more information is good. Reliable information and evidence. In this case, it's very strange that there are some countries who are not really interested in this Nord Stream pipeline explosions be investigated more than they are. It's just enough. It's enough. Let's say, put yourself in this. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the best way to do it. But I'm just going to put the article up so you see what I'm talking about. So, UN Security Council won't probe Nord Stream blast, Associated Press, and this is from Mr. Where are you? Michael Weinstein. All right, so United Nations. The United Nations Security Council on Monday declined a Russian request to investigate the blast on the pipelines that move natural gas from Russia to Europe under the Baltic Sea. So they say, no, you know what, we're not going to do that. Some countries did not really support that, and there were about 4 that supported it. I'm going to get into the details in a minute. But now back to you. When I said that put yourself into this, it's like this. The Russians said, you know what? We know that the weasel Denmark and Sweden and a little bit Germany are involved in this investigation without allowing anybody else to peek in. Isn't that strange? Okay. So that's strange. And they've been looking into it from what? I think it was September, October, then October, November, December, January, February, March. That's about 6 months. And 6 months. And they didn't find anything yet. I guarantee you they would have found it if it was an approved answer, a determination on that. So strangely, United States, for instance, and other countries in the United Nations Security Council did not support a new investigation. They say, well, what Denmark, Sweden, and Germany is doing a great job, and we're going to find for their answer. You know that the answer will never come, and this will be just swept under a rug. Why? Because you know, or if you don't know, you suspect, at least I suspect, that it was someone, a country, an entity, an organization, an agency that is very, very, very politically incorrect to bring it up at this point. We're going to find about 40 years if we're still alive. I won't be, but I'm planning though, which it's hard. But anyway, not that hard. So in this case, you, let's say you have a child, and the child was, let's say, abused by a monster or whatever, was sexually molested, but you don't know who and what, and you have only the school investigate that, and the school will investigate the molestation of your child. And it's been about 6 months, and they don't know who did it. And then you say, well, I would like, for instance, the local police department who has jurisdiction over this matter to also investigate. And I would also like maybe, I don't know, FBI investigate or some other agencies, and I would like this and that. And the school and the neighbors say, no, the teachers in the school actually say, no, you know what, we're not going to do that. It's okay, we're doing a good job so far. It's been 6 months, we didn't find shit yet. We're not allowing anybody, we don't allow anybody to look into our investigation. You just sit tight, we're going to let you know who, let's say, raped your child. And you're going to be, okay, I'm okay with that. Right? I guarantee you that you will not be okay with that. So in this case, you have the investigations done by the 3 countries. 2 of them, 3 are all on the same boat. So if, let's say, it's United States of America who did it, they will not say it. All right? But if that would be China investigating, let's say finds the United States it is, they probably will say it. So, the Russians are concerned that the investigations are not transparent because they don't allow anybody to look into it, including the Russians. But hey, the Russian says, you know what, since we love justice and we love, a rule-based world order, as the Americans used to like it, to say it, then we should make a United Nations investigation. We'll have many countries looking into, probe and find all that. And we have people said, well, I don't think it's a good idea. Actually, would you like that? Well, this is exactly what these guys did. I'm open for all the investigations possible. Transparent, fair, direct, get all the information, valid, and all that. So let's read this article a little bit here and see what their justification is, because they're going to provide you justification. The justification is they're doing a good job. Denmark, Sweden, and Germany, they didn't find anything in 6 months, but they're doing a good job. Sit tight. All right, so we have here, you have to say, I said all that. Oh, yeah, Russia, China, Brazil voted in favor of the Russian request, but other Security Council members abstained or said another investigation was unnecessary. Okay, we didn't find anything, Mr. Kosman, why your child was raped, but you just sit tight. It's not necessary for investigate by any other organizations or departments, because we're doing a good job not finding who did it. For a resolution to be adopted by the United Nations Security Council, it needs a minimum of 9 yes voted in the 15-member council and no veto by one of the permanent members, the United States, Russia, China, Britain, and France. The U.S. Deputy Ambassador Robert Wood said there was no need for a UN probe when investigations by Sweden, Denmark, and Germany, and I'm quoting, are proceeding in a comprehensive, transparent, and impartial manner. Okay. Go home then, right? And I'm quoting, it was an attempt to discredit the work of ongoing national investigations, and prejudice and the conclusion there reached do not comport to Russia's predetermined and political narrative. It was not an attempt to seek the truth, he said. Well, my friends, you be the judge. Put yourself in the parents' shoes, and someone would tell you that. When you say, well, talking about your lawyer. So we're talking about you. Actually, you and your lawyer, you just want to discredit their school's great, fantastic investigation just to make a political statement, because those guys are working very, very open and very, very hard in finding who molested your child, and they do not know yet, but they're doing a great job, and we don't need more information. We don't need more people to get involved. We got enough. I would not be happy at all, put it the least, with this kind of answer from these weasels, and neither will be you. You. So that tells you who's who and what's what over there. The defenders of justice, the international criminal justice, they submitted, they issued a warrant of arrest for Putin. Yeah. Nothing, They're so happy that justice works and all that. But here, you know what? We have enough. It's just fine. Just stop. Stop. Don't investigate further. You might find something that would embarrass us. So this is the West that we live in, and I love the West, but I don't love when I see these kind of things, because I'm part of something that these guys are, And say, why don't you move? Why would I move? I want to make it better. I want to bring it back maybe where it was once. I was never over there. Well, it's always good to dream, right? Otherwise, without dream, I have a dream. Remember Martin? No, you can't say Martin anymore. This kind of I have a dream because that's politically incorrect in some parts of the United States of America, because that shows meritocracy. And yes, I'm sorry to say, meritocracy now, they try to kill it like they did to Caesar in the Senate room and a chamber, and what, in 44 BCE, and before Common Era, yeah. And they want to do the same thing with meritocracy. They want to put special groups and all that. Now, I'm old, I'm going to die, so by that time I will not give up. But I'm, trying to, at least for future generations, not sit tight and wait for them to tell me who's who and what's what. All right? Don't do it. Don't stay silent. No, no. But that takes courage and takes risks. Well, you have one life, and if you have more than one, it's even easier, right? Because you're gonna try next time. You're gonna go back there. You're gonna say, sit on here. Good job. You did a good job. You fight for the right, for the poor, for the this and that. So I don't know what prevents you from acting in a certain way, like spreading the information, And I'm pretty sure some of you do that, and thank you. And I'm not saying thank you like I'm your teacher or something. I'm just happy that we are in this together. I'm just trying to bring awareness to this kind of illogical, weasel-like, bottom-feeding mentality. And this is the free world, so-called. It is the free world, but it's not free as they say it is, whatsoever. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.